Yo, Straw Hat Crew, we's back. Nah, but we got a banger today, as always. Let's jump straight into it. Today we got a video about one of my favorite YouTubers. Matter of fact, I just made this account, guys. Come on, you know I just made this account. You seen the first video I dropped. But it's called Being Ugly versus Being Attractive in School by Astro Dior.
Attraction. Whether you give a damn about how you look or not, it goes without saying your appearance is your first.
I don't know if he's gonna be talking about high school. If he's talking about high school, I'm gonna let it be known right now. I got no hoes in high school. No female attention at all. Like, I was in the zeros, my nigga. Like, I was scared that if I put up a shot, it might hit the rim and launch off into the fucking crowd. No cap.
Impression. From your fit to your face, people's first thought of you is either, I like how this person looks, they're inviting, or damn, this nigga ugly than a bitch. Now, if I'm being honest, all my life I've been told that I'm a handsome young man. When I would go into my mother's job at 14, her employees would consider stature. I may have had a good foundation, but I was like you once. I had the little kid special, the low cut, the baldino jack.
And what was it with moms and always making me get that weak ass one guard cut? Every time. Yo, what's good with you, little man? What you think you get? Yeah, let me get a little bit off this. All clean. All clean. Mom, please. Hell nah. You're not about to be looking like one of the Rascallions. The fuck does that even mean, ma? Like
Basically bald with a line-up buck teeth. I always had that shit on though. My mom did not play about us looking crazy. But when I finally grew into my big old head, started filling in my shirts that didn't look like a cloak on my body anymore, I realized the true power of what being attractive does. But just like everything else in this world, there are pros and cons. So allow me to present to you the truth of being ugly versus attractive in school. To begin where most of us start out at, being a chopped young nigga. A lot of us start here. This is where you build your character and you start realizing that you like more than video games and fruit snacks and shit. You're not really too worried about how you look because you're a kid. Around elementary school, this really don't matter. Only beauty standards were like speed and the type of snacks that your mom packed in your lunchbox and shit.
Nigga, I was elite. I was like second fastest. There was only one nigga faster than me. And the only reason he was faster than me because he was 6 foot in the 4th grade. So, you know, there's that. But, you know, hey, if you weren't the fastest kid in your class in elementary school, you don't know what it's like, but it's different feeling. You really think you him. Like,
and that's good because there's no reason why you need to even be indulging in any activity so young. It's not until like middle school when you start to realize, damn, you start waking up with your willy hard and shit. Wait. Just one sec. Just want to take this time to tell y'all, come pull up to the reaction channel. I have 2 Astro Dior Plus and more Astro Dior. If you want to see more of me, go ahead, hit those links in the description, bro. We be having a fun time and I'm super consistent. I'll be posting 3 videos a day. That being said, let's get back to the video. ADD, let's do it. I remember growing up, there was this girl that developed before the rest. And the day that my Johnson had gained consciousness, it was so difficult for me to not stare at this girl. I was like in 6th grade, she was in 8th. Catching myself daydreaming about her riding bikes. See her walk by at one of my games, airballing layups and shit. I say all that to say it's around this period where you're starting to actually find women attractive. Just as we are finding them attractive, they are finding us. So that inspired us to start working on your appearance. You remember how around this period you cared more about how you might have been dressing, the way your hair looked. It's because deep down you wanted to be attractive and desired. Like I said, I knew I was.
For me, chat, that was like beginning of that was like the beginning of my freshman year. Well, no, it wasn't actually because that was COVID. So it was like so basically my middle school, I wasn't getting no hoes at all. No hoes in high school either. But like I didn't get to go back to high school for me till like 11th grade. My dad kept me because I moved from with my mom to my dad, right? And when I went to high school, and my dad kept me virtual for COVID when COVID was going and doing its thing. So I didn't go back at the time that everybody else went back. I went back 1 year later. So that already fucked me up. But yeah, I know what he's talking about because for sure, when I first went back, I was over there.
Wasn't unattractive
Really in the
because
mirror for
older
about an
women would
hour.
always say to my mom if I was walking with her, he's so handsome, he's gonna do something with the ladies, but that just didn't reflect when I was in school at the time. That may have been true, but in school I was undesired. Nobody wanted me. Where I was living at the time was heavily Hispanic. Around this time, Justin Bieber had just popped off. He was going stupid. Thing about Hispanic people, they can put their hair to the side due to Justin Bieber little cut that he had. Niggas can't do that. I mentioned earlier the haircut that I was sporting was so low. During the winter, not wearing something on my head was asking for hypothermia. Anyway, I would go into school, girls would dead ass be asking, why are you bald? Walking through there looking like Lil Bill every day. But my fits was clean though.
Bitch, why are you ashy? Don't ask me why I'm bald. You know why I'm bald. Oh, my mama gave me that one guard.
And what comes right after being unwanted is also being rejected. Because when you finally gain a little bit of confidence to be like, you know, I'm actually gonna pull up on shorty, I'm gonna talk to her. Walk up, she hits you with that forbidden ill. That's enough to almost make a nigga turn homosexual. My apologies, I'm lying. But no doubt that you carry that and it really hurts your soul. First time being rejected was weird because I actually got with the girl that I wanted to be with. When she randomly sent her homegirl to break up with me and I asked why, I found out it was because she thought I was a nice guy and I was cool. She liked this Mexican Justin Bieber haircut ass nigga.
And I just was not that.
Now, although those are the negatives, there are actual positives to coming up being an unattractive nigga. One, you don't fall into hypersexual shit so young. But the amount of young girls getting pregnant in middle school is actually egregious. How are you walking out pregnant at 12, 13? Starting their family life before they learned algebra. You still get to come up and be a kid, you get to chill. When I finally did get a girl around this time, I'm so geeked and hyped and like a lot of us, corn done tainted our brains young. I'm in middle school, 8th grade trying to get head.
Well, nigga, if you don't sit down.
I think in this day and age, I'm actually a late bloomer, chat. I didn't crack my first ting till 17. Till I was 17 years old, I didn't crack my first ting.
Another thing is you get to gain certain skills in different places. Y'all know those women or dudes or people who are pretty attractive, but they don't have no personality. They like bland. It's like talking to a wall. If you was an ugly nigga, you ain't got to go through that. You get to learn to be the class clown and be funny. You get to make up for it in certain places. You know what I'm saying? Lastly, you get to glow up. I feel like everybody has an opportunity to glow up. Your glow up might not be like somebody else's because you're probably already pretty low on that scale. You don't possess the properties to allow yourself to get to a certain point, but that's okay. You glue up still. If you had an issue of being real skinny like I did, you can get big. Teeth crooked, you get braces. A lot of people's come ups was during this period, but this is where I start to transcend and leave.
I'm gonna
you
get them braces, Chad.
Some of you
I'm gonna
niggas
get them
didn't get
braces.
to have the best of both worlds like me. I got to feel how it felt to not be the most attractive nigga, but then I got to feel the wrath and the power of a nigga that got hoes. Like I said, the predominantly Hispanic school that I was going to, I went there from middle school.
Boy, oh boy, when I went to college, I was in and out that dorm every night. Most of the time, I would just be going to chill with some, just be going to chill. But a lot of the time,
school to my first year of high school. It wasn't until I moved to a more African American area and went to a new school that I realized the power that I had. Yes, I hit puberty. Yes, my jaw started to sharpen up a little bit. The day I really knew it changed, I had visited my old school, seeing a lot of the people that wasn't stunting me at the time. Left and had DMs, calls, trying to figure out what was going on. But before I get into all the positives of that, I would like to talk about the negatives of growing up attractive because they are there. First, learning how to navigate women young. Learning about girls in middle school, 8th grade and shit, for the most part, pretty innocent. Besides those people that was getting pregnant. It's very subtle. I had my first kiss in middle school, barely texting my mom over here checking my phone. Whenever you are talking about anything, it's some bullshit. Y'all have nothing to talk about. Once you cross over to that teenage world, you actually start to learn how demonic women can be, especially when they want you and they coming up to you. First, you might not really even notice. Like I said, at one point, I was not a desired young man. But when I finally turned up, I had women pushing up on me, asking for my number, what school I'm going to. For a moment, it was overwhelming. That's until I started getting to my bag, and I should not have been getting in my bag so young. It didn't take until my second year of high school till I started smashing. I need to be focused on schoolwork and basketball. But instead, this girl going through my phone, kicking me out in the IHOP parking lot. Obviously, this can also be a pro, because when you're finally out of school, you're not like some of these niggas. Y'all know the ones that we be laughing at when we be like, oh, he didn't get no girls in school because they act out of character for him. They be acting out of body. It's clear that getting women is just new to them. Travis Hunter. But just like everything else, there's levels to it. You feel gassed up. You feel on top of the world. What basically leads you to having so much confidence that you just start doing things. game. You feeling like him, you talking to multiple girls, shooting at women twice your age. The next thing is being seen as soft. When you are an attractive person, you automatically be seen as somebody that don't get their hands dirty, a pretty nigga, and don't fuck around to be light skinned like me. Now they talking about light skinned, pretty nigga, oh he da da da. In school that used to upset me so bad to the point where it made me flash. It made me one of those niggas that would flash easily. I didn't like doing the lunch table roast because if somebody said something, I'm getting too mad. I became very sensitive, trying to prove that I'm a man like the rest of y'all. Think about it like this. You see somebody that's more attractive on the street, you feel welcome. You don't feel threatened. You feel like you can come up and talk to this person. Think about that one grimy chop person you saw, had his hoodie on. Your guard automatically go up. And in its essence, that's just what's going on subconsciously. At the end of the day, as long as you stand your ground, you good. Know that you're not to be played with. But that stigma is there though. Something else from the male perspective is that automatically niggas think you trying to shoot at women all the time, or that you got women lined up.
Like, nigga, can I not just chill? I do have female friends. You know what I'm saying? Let me just chill, bro. Yeah.
Forget just from a male perspective, from a female one too. The amount of times that I've been speaking to a woman and she said,
You probably got to all these hoes, da da
I
da.
ain't gonna lie, some free game. The best thing is just be like, I mean, yeah, you know what it is. Like, it ain't really nothing. Some free game real quick. Or a nigga be like, bro, call one of your hoes. Bro, I'm not even living like that. In a group with my friends, they trying to send me off to talk to this person. I'm chilling. Now, the positives of growing up attractive. You walk around confidently. Almost everywhere you go, somebody look at you, you can catch a gaze, see that you one of them. That does feel good. Two, you definitely get treated a little bit better. You're just accepted a lot more. More people are willing to talk to you.
Man, hold on. I wanted to touch up on that, but I was lost in the video. Bro, the amount of times it's been, yo, go talk to her, bro. Yo, go talk to her. Me and my nigga Dorian though. Yeah, bro. If we see a two we like, we have to run down on it. It's mandatory. There's no other option.
And it's almost a little bit of a con too if you're somebody that's more introverted like me. For instance, I could be walking in the mall and for some reason, somebody I do not know feel like they can strike a conversation up with me. And a lot of the time, I'm not trying to talk, I'm trying to be alone. But when you need it, people will treat you better, whether they like what they see or it's just nice to see a good looking person. Next, I'm not gonna lie.
The hoes, I ain't gonna lie, that's hard.
If you are living crazy, which I do not suggest none of y'all do, it's just too many risks, too many STDs. The selection of women you get to choose from is broad. Being able to get.
I put it down, chat. I had my little 5 months of fun time in college of going crazy, and then I put it down, chat.
Certain women that other people cannot get. Ultimately, it just feels good. And what leads to my next thing, you don't really have to try too hard. A simple hey that you can say in the DM goes a long way. You don't gotta craft no crazy message. It can be very, very simple. I know y'all seen those videos where somebody don't even say nothing, they just put the phone out. Although those might be fake and exaggerated, it can also be true. I've been in loud environments where I just pull the phone out, I can't really hear you, and just get handed over, and I was winning. In school, I was going crazy, I'm not gonna lie. But at the end of the day, it doesn't matter how you look, as long as you're a good person, you have good morals and values, that's really all that you need to stand on. And if you want to look better, there's always a way that you can.
I was about to say, I would say improve your looks to the best that you can, which means staying healthy, which means, you know what I'm saying, making sure your skin's healthy, make sure your skin's hydrated, making sure everything's good, you know what I'm saying? Fingernails are clipped, toenails are clipped, make sure you're groomed. Just maximize everything you have. I'm not saying you have to go get surgeries and get lip fillers and a jawline, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying all that. All I'm saying is maximize what you have to the best of your ability. And then if they don't like you for that, fuck them. Who gives a fuck? They weren't for you anyways, you know what I'm saying?
Can always put forth some type of effort to look a certain way or better your appearance. That's the good part. But if that's not your concern, don't worry about it. Live your life, follow your purpose, and you'll be happy regardless. That being said, man, like the video, sub up, comment up, binge the recipes on the channel, bro. It has been a minute since
With that being said, hey, I appreciate y'all for watching. Subscribing, like, if you don't mind, you know what I'm saying? But I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.
She call me Luda, bitch, I roll out with my shooters. She wanna fuck me in a Plymouth Barracuda.